What is up? We are back. Another episode of the Impolite Truth. I'm your host, Ocean Glapion. I missed you guys, man. Listen, September 14th, me and Dion Cole are at the Wintrust Arena. Listen, I need everybody to get your tickets. September 14th, we are at the Wintrust Arena in Chicago. It's going to be great. Dion is coming home. I need everybody to get their tickets. I'm featuring. It's going to be a great surprise. It's going to be great. Everything. You can go to DionCole.com. Get your tickets. September 14th, the Wintrust Arena is going to be great. I need everybody to go. And as always, we have Victoria in the building. What is good? How are you? Hey.
What's going
How
on?
was your, it's been how long now? It's been like maybe a week or two since we've been here and did a podcast.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks. How's your weeks and couple of weeks been going?
It's been good.
It's been good?
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
Chill. I've been chilling.
You've been chilling?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I spent time with my family. I was in New Orleans, had a couple of things going on. Family came together and we went to a restaurant and now it was about 20 family members. All right. We go to a restaurant and, you know, everybody eats and then now they got to pay the bill.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is correct. Uh-oh is correct. Now, here's the thing. How do you feel about, like, how should it be when it's more than like 15, 20 people? Do you think the restaurant should tell you up front? Because this restaurant was like, yo, they didn't tell us until after we got the bill that they can only split the check 3 ways. So, you know, that's a shit show immediately. You know what I mean? It's like, everybody has their meal, their meal, and then it's like their add gratuity, and then it's tax. And some people give a little bit, some people give more. Some people, you know, we were sitting there and they gave us the bill and they're bringing the bill around and everybody is like trying to figure out what they had to eat. And it's just finally, I just took the bill. I was like, how much is the bill? They're like $700. I was like, I'll pay it. I'm not about to sit here for 3 hours and watch you guys try to dissect this bill. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you feel like that should be? Do you feel like it should be like that or people should already come? Because I feel like people come and they just eat and then just people are giving less and whatnot.
I think it's harder with the bigger the group, the harder it gets, right?
Right.
Because some people might order drinks, appetizers, and the other people sitting next to them only order an entree. So why they got to pay for other people's food?
So what I said in the beginning, I was like this. I was like, look, in the beginning, I said, we should all just split, right? Whatever it is, split between 20 people. It's only going to come up to what, maybe $50, $60. We should all just split it. So we ain't sitting here for this long time trying to figure out what the bill is. Because it was getting long. And I was sitting there like, I'm not about to sit here forever. And you know, family, they want, you know, some family members got more money than others. And then somebody brought their girl, you know what I mean? And their girl is sitting there and then you got to do for 2 people. So that's 100 for 2. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's married couples in the family. It's just a whole lot, right? And I'm like, just each person, you know, just go ahead and do that, right?
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing. I think the difference between black and white families, white families use Venmo. You see what I'm saying? They use Venmo. You get what I'm saying? They like pass it, like they'll just be like, here, I'll take care of the check. Everybody just Venmo me.
Asians do that too.
Asians do that too? Not black people, they like trying to each person, and then you get down to the tax, because you got to tax, you got to split the tax, then you got to split the gratuity, because like every time people just think pay for their meal and they don't do the tax.
Right.
They just do straight up their portion of the meal, right? So then we're sitting there, I said everybody's split. So everybody's sort of drunk. It's already like 10, 15 minutes and they're passing it around. I'm sitting there getting irritated. I'm like, it hadn't even got to me yet. I'm like, how much is the bill? It was like $700. I'm like, man, give me the bill. I'm not about to sit here and do this whole thing. But I just think that it should be immediately, everybody just puts the bill. Separate, easy. I don't care if I bought way more drinks. Don't invite the person that drinks more, right? Don't invite them. Or if they do, then you gotta be like, oh, you have to pay for your own drinks. Drinks go on his tab, correct? We got 3 ways to split. This is a one bill, and then the one bill of him drinking goes here, right? Whatever he gets to drink, he has to pay on his own.
If you would have known in advance, but you guys didn't know in advance, right?
Didn't know in advance what?
That you were only able to split it 3 ways.
We are only, right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I'm saying on a normal, that's what I'm saying. Do you think the restaurant should tell you up front?
Yes.
They tell you up front, like,
Yes.
listen, it's a big party. You can only split it 3 ways.
Yes.
Then from there, we sit down and go, hey, look, it's a big party. We can split it 3 ways. Uncle Charlie, you drink way too fucking much. So the drinks go to you. Whatever drink that you drink, that's your separate. Everybody else, at the end of the night, we're going to be white and we're going to bimbo each other. One person picks it.
I don't think most people will agree to it, though.
You don't think most people agree with it?
Do you think everyone in your family would have agreed to that?
I think, yeah, first of all, what that does is it stops people from eating crazy, right? Because they don't want the bill to go higher and higher, right? You're not sitting there later.
You think like that, but some people think, hey, everybody's paying for it. Let me order appetizers. Let me order this. Let me order that.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. So it finally goes around, right? I pay for it. Now, we had a friend, my cousin's friend and husband came to the restaurant and they sat. First of all, they were antisocial. Like they were not trying to be friendly at all. And if anybody knows me, I am a super friendly I'm in New Orleans. I'm back with my family. I'm trying to, my cousin invites this couple. So they're sitting next to me, right? So I'm sitting there. First of all, let me go back. When we were being sat, they were sitting me at the head of the table. And I automatically knew what that meant because they think I'm rich. So it's automatically sit Ocean at the head of the table. He's going to pay. And I think that's why people were just ordering whatever. And then when the bill came, it was taking for so long because they were finally like, Ocean's going to get this at some point. And I finally was like, give me the goddamn bill. I will pay the bill. You know what I mean? Sucker. They got me, right?
Sucker.
Right? So back to the couple sitting there. I'm trying to talk to dude. Dude is not even being like, you know what I mean? He thought, I was like, hey man, where you from? Baton Rouge. How long you been here? 20 years. Just like, so whatever, nothing, just whatever. So I'm trying to ask him questions. I even said something to the whole party. I even was like, yeah, and this dude hasn't been cool at all. And I tapped him on the shoulder. Right? He didn't say, he still sat there. So then I paid a check. I tell everybody they have to tip. Even though, you know what I mean, the tip is included, pass it around, you guys all tip and give me the money for the tip, right? The tip on it was $100 and something. I didn't even get $100 out of 20 people. I didn't get 100 out of 20 people. I'm just like, yo, what is going on? Like, y'all can't even get it to 100? Anyway, everybody's saying thank you, whatever. I say bye to the couple. They are the only ones that didn't say thank you.
It's weird.
Very weird.
Yeah.
And they just sat there and I'm like, you guys aren't going to say thank you? Like, you came in, you ate, drank, didn't pay, and then you saw that I paid and wasn't like, hey, thank you very much.
Good manners never go out of style.
I know.
Just so the kids know.
Good manners never go out of style. And it's so true. And I was just like, wow. Brings me to, I went to dinner the other night and I am I hate bad service. I am so like, I do not like a waitress. Like, okay, so the waitress comes over and she's like, I'm asking her for help. I'm like, yo, like, well, what do you think of this item? And she's like, well, just use the QR code. And I'm like, no, I'm asking you, what is your favorite on here? And she was like, well, I mean, I really don't know. There's just so much stuff. Well, don't you eat here? Have you tried any of the food? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why aren't you helping me out? And I'm a first-time customer in your restaurant. And I get so irritated so quickly that I can't, like, I'm one of those kind of Black people that deduct. I start with a high tip and I deduct as I go. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, deducting. How do you do that? How do you you just walk in knowing how much you're going to tip, or you have a set thing?
I used to work in restaurants, so
Okay.
yeah, I always try to tip 20%.
You always try to tip 20%.
But if the service is bad, yeah, it'll come down. But if they're, you know, friendly and doing their best, then they'll get it. They'll get their 20%. I think everyone should have to work in a restaurant at some point.
I always say that. You should work in a restaurant at some point, right? You should sit around and you should go, I'm going to go here, or some sort of customer service.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be a restaurant, but some sort of customer service. So you see how people are to you, right? And then you could go, all right, when I go out, I'm going to be nicer.
Right.
And then, but I'm sitting there, I'm going, okay, this girl added, I'm like, she's like not even really trying to help. And then they're walking in and they're just regular. And then I start to get irritated. And I was sort of like with people and they were like, okay, just, and you know me now, I'm like talking and I'm like, okay, did you see her attitude? I'm talking to the people that I'm with and they're just like, man, just leave it alone. Just let it be. And I'm like, no. And then now I'm judging every time she comes back to the table. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or walking by.
And she's walking by. I'm looking at her. Like, you came over here quickly. So then she got a little bit better. She caught her stride. And I end up tipping her great because I worked for 12 years in a restaurant. And I was just like, man, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you got to have a good, as a waitress or waiter, you got to come over and you got to greet, know the menu. If somebody asks you, you can have the same two things you can say every single time. Oh, the chicken partai is really, really good. Oh, the fish is cooked so well. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you should have. Now, just look at here, do the cue card. And look, and you can see there's some stuff that you would like. I mean, we have all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff like what? I'm not at no fine diner where they're making you list the ingredients of. I'm at just like a regular restaurant. You could be like the hamburger. I like the hamburger. It's cooked well, medium. I like my medium well. And with a smile. And I'll be like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Or other people, this is really popular. A lot of people like this one.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate when they go, oh, I don't eat anything here. What do you mean you don't eat anything here? Why am I here? Just make up something. You're not eating in front of me. Oh, I don't eat none of this stuff from this restaurant. What? Okay, should I get up and leave? What is the reason why you don't eat anything from this restaurant?
Yeah. Service, I think, makes or breaks the experience.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Right? It makes or break. Are you like, do you say anything? Okay, here's here's the thing. I went on this date one time, right? True story. We go on a date. We're talking. Everything is fine. Everything is good. Then we get into how if I don't like something, I bring the food back, right? All right. If you don't like something, do you bring the food back, or do you send it back, or do you keep it the way it is and just eat it?
I think it depends.
On what?
How many items did we get? Because if there's other stuff to eat, I'll just let it be. And I feel bad sometimes. So I'll just not say anything.
You just won't say anything, but
unless it's horrible. If I can't eat it, or like it's super salty or something to the point where I can't eat it, I'm gonna let them know.
Okay, but what if the food isn't good, why do you have to pay for the food? If the food isn't good, why do you have to pay for it?
But maybe it's just a preference. Maybe other
Okay,
people
so
like
preferentially, is that a word? Preferentially,
it. No, that's not a word.
a preferentially, the food, I'd rather not pay for the food.
I'd rather not. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to tell the waiter, hey, this wasn't that good. I'm sorry. I don't want it. Or we got into the argument because she was saying, whatever is in the dish, eat that. So if it's onions, if it comes with onions, just eat it. Whatever's in the dish, don't pick out anything. However the dish comes, that's what it should be.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
I'm like, no. I don't like onions. Can you take the onions out? She was like, well, why don't you just stay home? And I'm like, well, I don't want to stay home. I came out. I just don't like onions. Why do I have to be forced? Because that's the restaurant is on their menu. The cook is cooking that, and that's what it should be. And we got into this huge argument about it to the point, like, I was like, you can leave. Like, we got into an argument. I'm like, why are you, what does it matter? Like, all right, if there's a bacon cheeseburger or a bacon grilled cheese sandwich, and I just want the cheese sandwich without the bacon, or I want turkey bacon, I have to just eat bacon because all on the menu is you know what I mean? A bacon cheese sandwich. I don't want the bacon. I want to make it turkey bacon. Why is that a problem? No, everything on the menu has to be the same. And she's like, leave it. If you don't want it, don't go to that restaurant and don't eat it. And I'm like, nah, that's not how it work, bro. It work where I'm going to eat how I want it, how I like it.
Yeah. And I think most restaurants are willing to accommodate.
Willing to accommodate.
Yeah.
So if you don't like the food, you'll sit there and pay for it and bring it back.
No, I'm saying preference wise, like if you don't want onions and you say no onions, they usually are willing to do no onions.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's the point. But then when the food comes out, so say I order the lasagna and the lasagna comes out and you aren't really feeling the lasagna. You said if there's more stuff on the table, you'll just leave it. And I think that you're one of those kind of people that push, like, you took one bite, you don't like it, so you'll push it to the front of the table and just let it sit there, and hopefully the waiter goes, did you like that? And then you go, no, I didn't really, I only had one bite. And they go, oh, did you want me to take it off? Is that the type of person that you are?
The thing that's funny is I think I won't speak up for myself, but if it's like my daughter and she won't eat it, then I'll say something. It's weird.
For real?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I need her to be able to eat.
How old is your daughter?
16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
So then you need her to eat, but you're fine with not eating.
I'll get through it.
You'll get through it.
Yeah.
I think that's what you do. You press it up there. I've done this sometimes. People have done that when I was a waiter. They didn't want to speak up like you. And they would push the thing to the table, and it was like really only one bite. And I could see it was only one bite, and they really didn't want to eat the food, or they didn't like it. I'd be like, oh, how was your food? And they're like, oh, it wasn't that good. I'd be like, oh, okay. And I would just leave it and let it sit until they said, can you take it off? I never would be like, oh, I can take this off for you. Oh, if you don't want to say nothing, that's on you. Because I'm getting paid based off the amount of the check.
But,
you see what I'm saying? Because the tip.
But I'll tip them more if they take it off and I ordered it. You know what I mean? For me, personally.
Okay.
Right.
I get that.
Yep.
But I think service is one of those things that you have to have. I don't understand why these restaurants don't train people to be nice. Like, that has to be your number one thing, is nice. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care what's happening outside or the next table, whatever. When you come to the next, I don't care that you mad that you've been here 20 years. That's your decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to treat every customer. Like, I go to bars, and like the bartenders are taking forever. And I'm like, aren't y'all here to make money? Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not asking me for another drink or anything. I'm like, you guys are here to make money, right? So why aren't you asking me coming over. I was in Baltimore one time and I got with this bartender. I'm watching the game for the whole half. She did not come back over. And as she's down there talking to her friends, and I'm like, and we got into an argument. I'm like, aren't you supposed to be here to make money? You think your boss would be cool for you to be down there with your coworkers that are not on the clock right now? You have customers here and you didn't come over and ask them if they wanted another drink. She's like, oh no, you should just flag me down. I'm like, no, you're at work. You're supposed to be working. This is not socializing. You're supposed to come over every 7 minutes or see wherever my drink is at. If it's half full, in a couple of minutes, you want me to refill that? When I was a bartender, I used to make so much money. So much money. That's just how I feel. You said your daughter is 16. Is she into any sports or anything like that? What is she into?
No sports, just school and work.
Just school and work?
Yep. And her friends.
School, work, and friends?
Yep.
Is she a clean individual? Because my 14-year-old son stinks. This boy stinks. How is it for your daughter? Is she do you have to tell her?
She's a clean freak.
She's a clean freak.
If she has to shower right before bed. Like if she goes outside and walk the dog, she has to shower. So she has to be showered before she gets into her bed, and she's very particular. No outside clothes in the bed. I feel the same way about the outside clothes.
What do you mean outside clothes? What is that?
So you're not going to wear clothes that you wore around and out and about in the bed. That's gross.
Okay. So you have to go take all your clothes off. Do you sleep with socks?
No.
You don't sleep with socks?
Definitely not.
Oh, I cannot sleep unless I have socks on.
What's up with that?
I got to sleep with socks. I don't care if I'm naked. I got to have socks on. I guess it's a black thing because I guess on porn, black dudes fuck with socks on. I guess I do too because I have to wear socks to bed.
Oh, no.
So that means what? You would get what? You would have to tell your person like if he wore socks.
You gotta take it off.
We dated and I got in their bed with like I took all my clothes off, right? And then I kept my same socks on. You would do what?
Okay, so if it was all up to me and he was cool with it, I would prefer if you wash your feet before you get in the bed. But at least if you're gonna put socks on, they need to be a fresh pair.
Wait. What? You do what?
No, I would not like socks on the bed. But if you must, they have to be a clean pair. And if we want to go a step further, I would even prefer if you'd like wash your feet before you get into the bed, but you know.
Wash your feet. So you have to put your feet in the tub, wash them again. I think my feet actually look good, but I think most guys' feet don't look good. That's what I think.
I think most guys need a pedicure.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I do have one nail, though, I guess. What is that called? Victoria, no, the one nail where you put the stuff on it because it's like fungus or whatever. What is it?
I don't know about that.
It's not athlete's foot. It's the nail stuff.
I don't know.
You do
You're
know.
grossing me out.
It's nail fungus or whatever. Like you got whatever. But my one toenail goes to the side because it's a nail fungus.
That
right?
doesn't sound like pretty feet.
No, I have gorgeous feet. All I'm saying is I have to wear socks to bed. Okay. I cannot. I could get into bed naked. I really don't want to, but I've never heard of this outside clothes.
You wear pajamas, like clean pajamas.
What grown man is wearing pajamas?
Or like boxers or
boxers? I don't really wear boxers.
Shorts.
I wear shorts.
Okay.
But it has to be the kind of shorts that you left. Like, so basically your shorts are sit there in the room. When you take your clothes off, you put your shorts on, you go to sleep, then you get up in the morning, take your shower, you go put your shorts back on that, and that's just your shorts for the room.
Yeah, or you have one, yeah.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. And your daughter's just the same, minus a guy's sleep. Okay, cool. What I'm saying is my son, I have to argue with this dude. His mom calls me every day. He plays football now. He plays football and he won't take a shower after he plays football. He wants to go into the room and go to bed. So this was the thing. He goes to school, the whole day in school, right? Then he plays football, right? Then he comes home and does his chores, eats dinner, and wants to go to bed and not take a shower. He says, I'll take a shower in the morning.
No.
Hey, I'm like, no, bro, get up and take a shower. And we're arguing. He spent the summer with me, right? I promise you, I would come into his room and I would be like, yo, bro, dude, you just walked in here. Why does it smell like this? There's nothing really in the room. Why does it stink like this? And he's just like, oh, I just passed gas. I'm just like, no, you're not farting every time I walk into this room, bro. Like, it stinks, man.
He probably needs to wash his sheets and like clothes. And
oh no, I'm gonna make him do that.
Shower.
And shower. Yo, he doesn't want to shower and they want to dress homeless. Why do all kids want to dress homeless? This is the uniform for kids now. Pajamas, Crocs, with white socks, right? Doesn't matter the color clothes on. Any type of hoodie. It don't matter what's on the hoodie. It don't have to match. It's just a hoodie and a beanie. It could be 97 degrees outside and they want a beanie and a hoodie, pajama pants, white socks, and Crocs.
That's part of the problem. That's probably why he smells, because he's sweating under all that homeless clothes.
Right. Does your daughter wear Crocs?
That's all she wears.
That's well, at least
Crocs and Yeezy slides.
Crocs and Yeezy slides.
Those are the options.
What is that? Why do the kids want to look homeless? Does your daughter look homeless?
She has, but she's kind of stepping it up a little bit. Yeah, she has a job, so she has
a job now. So
she has to get it together.
She has to get it together.
Yeah.
Do you ask her for money that now that she has a job?
I don't give her money, but I still get her things.
You still get her things?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, do you ask her for money? Like, do you like, oh, now that you have a job, you have to contribute to the house? Or do you let her keep her own money and all of that?
She keeps her own money and she keeps her grades up.
Okay. See, I'm good with that. My son lived with me. He got a job. I will be good with him keeping his own money. The only thing I will make him pay for is all the food when we go out. So if we're going to order food home, you got to pay for it. If we're going to go out to a restaurant, me and you got to pay for it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I would make him do. I would let him keep all his money. He wouldn't have to pay no bills. He keep his grades up. He don't have to pay no bills. All the money's for him. All the, insurance. I would do all that. If we're going to eat, you have to pay.
So she'll pay for her food when she's out with her friends, but when she's with me, she's my broke little bestie.
She just wants you to pay for it.
Yeah, but she'll sneak. Like, we went to go get frozen yogurt the other day, and she raced me to pay, so she paid for that.
Oh, that's frozen yogurt. That's not. I'm talking about a meal.
It's okay.
I'm saying if we go to McDonald's, you gotta pay. If we go into a restaurant, you gotta pay. You know what I mean? Or if you want, because it's food, so you have to at least pay for this food. Everything else, you keep your grades up. My son is a straight A student, but he's keeping his grades up. I'm giving it to him, but I'm just wondering, how do you go to class stinking and not want to take a shower? Like, he's literally, I'm on the phone yelling at him. You know what I mean? His mom is calling me and he's like, yeah, I'm like, you don't want to take a shower, bro? Like, you just came out the foot. You live in Palmdale. Palmdale is the desert. So that means it's like 102, 105 in Palmdale. You're out there on the football field practicing all night. I thought you take a shower at the school. That should be it, right? Once you leave the practice, you should go right in there and take a shower. Isn't that how you see in most movies? They come out, right? After they come off the field, they in their little towels, walking around like they puffy. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if it's a boy thing. Is it a boy thing? Because the girls seem to
No, the girls think too.
Oh, okay.
The girls think too, because my son got in the car one time, right? He was stinking. He wasn't stinking. He stank. And I was like, I'm going to do like my mom, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to have you. I asked him first. I was like, do you like girls? And you got to ask nowadays. He's like, yeah, I love girls. I'm like, okay, well, cool. If you like girls, then I need you to come and do what my mom did to me. I'm going to bring you over to the girls and I'm going to let them smell you. And I bet you won't stink no more. It was like 4 or 5 girls in a little circle. When I got over there, all them little girls stank too. So yes, all them girls stank. I was like, well, y'all are some homeless Seattle addicts, boy.
It must be a Palmdale thing.
In Palmdale, everybody is thinking, and it's a lot of Mexicans, and you know, Mexicans draw their face on, so it's the whole little, their eyebrows and eyelashes are leaving, and it's just, I'm like, y'all look homeless. Homeless.
Terrible.
We talked about this, I think, last week, but I think I want to get into it a little bit more this week. You said you're single, right?
Yes.
Yes. And how is it dating here in LA?
Yeah, we still single.
Have you what's the longest relationship you've been in?
10 years.
10 years.
Yep.
Right. So 10 years, and then after the 10 years, did you date? And like how long was the longest after the 10-year relationship?
Maybe like 2.5.
2.5 years?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How long did you date before you guys were official? That's a great question. How long should you date before you make it official?
I don't know if it's a timeline. I feel like it's more like a timing thing if both people are kind of in that mindset, right? I don't know. What do you mean?
Like what? Like in the mindset, time-wise, what do you mean?
Well, for me personally,
I'm asking for you personally.
I like a man to lead. So if a man is like leading me down the path of making me feel sure and, you know, reassuring me and letting me know through his actions that that's what he wants, then it's more likely to go that way a little more quickly. If a man makes me feel unsure and on edge and I don't know where we stand most of the time, I'm going to act accordingly, which is very single. Very single.
So don't you think that so if you like a guy, I'm understanding if I'm hearing correctly. If you like a guy, right, you like him, he likes you, you like to be led, you're in your, what do you call it, your female era, right?
Submissive
soft
female. Girl era.
Huh?
Submissive soft girl era.
Okay, so you're in your submissive soft girl era, and that means you want the guy to lead, right? You like him, but he's not really, you know, saying anything more like I want to be more or anything like that. He's just, you guys are hanging out, chilling, and you're doing all this stuff, right? And if he's not leading you where you're feeling like you're going to be in a relationship, and you said that you're going to act accordingly, shouldn't you already just be liking him? Like why is it, like, if I heard correctly, you're like, he has to lead you and say, and then now you'll be like, okay, cool, I'm with that. If you like me, you should just like me, right?
There'll be a conversation too.
Okay.
Or
a conversation
two,
like
maybe 3, but after that, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
So the conversations go like what?
This is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. Are we on the same page? Are we tracking to get into that direction? Like, where are you at with things?
So I guess that's sort of my question then. How long before you start asking that question?
It's all about how you feel.
How you feel?
Yeah, it's not really a timeline.
It's not really a timeline.
Not for me.
Okay. I feel like, I don't know, I think as grown adults, and this is just, I guess, from a man's perspective, grown adults, I don't think you need to ask, will you be my girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? If you're hanging out, you're always with the person, I understand that leads to some gray area, right? But at the end of the day, if you're with the person all the time, yes, no?
Depends.
Depends on what?
Like, I think it's still, you know, an appropriate conversation to say, like, are we exclusive?
So how long do you get that appropriate conversation of if you're exclusive or not?
It's based on my feeling, but I would say at least a couple of months in.
A couple of months in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I'm having that conversation.
I think more guys are asking, I think the way guys ask if you're exclusive or not is, are you fucking somebody else? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are you fucking somebody else or is you just fucking me? Like, you know what I mean? That's, I think, how guys ask if it's more exclusive, right?
I don't know. I don't know if that's been my experience, but yeah.
Okay, what's been your experience?
I think it's more like...
Am I making you uncomfortable with these questions?
No.
Okay.
No. I would say the last one was just be like, I like a loyal girl. And, do you, like, at the beginning from the jump, like, are you okay with dating multiple men at the same time? Like, just seeing what I'm about first, you know what I'm saying? And then, more questions came later.
Have you ever cheated on a guy?
No.
Never cheated?
No.
So
Never.
The 10 year, you had just 10 years of the same dick.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's yeah, okay. I think I cheated when I was younger. Yeah, I don't know necessarily if I would cheat now. I don't know if was the point of being in a relationship if you're gonna cheat. But to each his own. Okay, here's a question too that this was at the family dinner we were talking about, and it's a good question. I was like, I'm gonna talk about that on my podcast. Like, do you feel both partners should equally contribute? So meaning
dollar for dollar?
Right. Okay. So all right. So I'll go step first, right? We go out on dates, right? Do you think it should be, I pay for a date, you pay for a date, I pay for a date, I get ice cream, you get, but not that you're sitting going, I got ice cream yesterday, you have to get this now, but I'm saying, like,
I don't like to live in that environment.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I think I like a man who is like a protector and provider. And that doesn't mean that I won't pick up the tab or I don't want to, and I don't mind doing other things. So, if you're my man, you're cooking and you're leaving dishes behind, I'm probably cleaning that up.
You're probably cleaning that up, or you are cleaning that up?
Sometimes, but sometimes it's also like, it's a shared space, right? So I do feel
so it's a shared space on the dishes, but it ain't a shared space on the going out. The man is the provider and protector when you out, but on the dishes is a shared space.
No, I mean, I feel like, like if I'm able to do it, I'm probably gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah. But I also think like just because they know I'm going to do it doesn't mean you don't ever wash a dish.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, you didn't answer my question. Do you feel like partners should be equally contributing? I'm talking so that you got the date coming in, dating, you know what I mean? You said you'll pick it up sometimes, but for the most part, men should be picking up the date, right?
That's how I like it.
Okay, so what if you guys live together? So how does that work? Because you move into the living together.
I haven't been in that situation for an extremely long time. Okay. But I would say
you
looking at...
You obviously live with your 10-year dude.
Well, let me look at like my best friend who I'm really close to, and she's married, right? Okay. So she does majority of all the grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. She cooks everything and does a majority of all the cleaning. Okay. When they go out on dates, he pays.
Okay. All right. So whose money when they go grocery shopping?
Her money.
Her money.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So she pays for the groceries.
I mean, but not like he doesn't pick up like some of the bills that come in later after the fact too. Right. It's right. He's a provider. So like
providing mean what?
Like
because there's different types of providing, correct?
Yeah.
It's not just one type of providing where I'm just laying down money.
Yeah.
I think agree. For me, and I'll let you answer that question, but I think for me, I don't mind paying. I just don't like it where women just sit on their hands and expect you to pay, and it's always you're paying, and they're never offering. And then when they do finally offer, they make it a big deal and be like, see, I bought you this. You know what I mean? It's like, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just pretty much what else are they don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do any of that. They just want to, just give some pussy and that's it. And I'm like, I'm giving dick too. So it's not like I'm just giving nothing. Like you're getting some dick as well in this. You know what I mean? So it should be a little bit. Sometimes you can pick up, hey, I'm gonna take you out. I had a girl that I was dating, and she was like, oh, you do so much for me, and you've done so much for me. I want to take you out. She brought these cue cards out, right? And she had these different things that she wanted to do, right? Or she thought that I would like, and she would put it in both hands, and I would have to pick. It was like, because sometimes she'd like to stay home. Or so it would be stay home or go out, right? So she had it in her hands and they would pick. And I would have to pick. Oh, if I picked going out, cool. We would go out and to dinner. And then, and then the next thing is, you want to bowl or you want to play tennis? Whatever. And it would be like that. I thought that was dope. And she paid for the whole date. I think that's dope as hell.
Yeah, that's cute.
Now, I think that she really wanted to stay in the house and watch TV. And she was hoping, I think she was raising the hand on the, let me stay in the house more. And I was like, let me grab that other one first, right? But but it was a great gesture that she was doing. So you think, and I think that's a great idea, or not just a great idea, but I think that's very equal that, she pays for the groceries. She pays for, she cooks, cleans, does all that. So when they go out, he pays for everything. He pays probably most of the bills. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I do also agree that we are living together. I think that you should be putting something on something. Like it ain't like,
for sure.
I mean?
I agree.
You're not my child.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just putting on something. And I think that should be like, I tell my son, I have like 3 rules for my son. I'll give you a couple of them. One, I always say, wear a condom, no matter what. Wear a condom. I don't give a fuck if the girl is like, oh, I just want to feel it. No. I don't care. Get up. I don't care if you don't think you're going to have to say, I got to put it in because you know real quickly. Be like, you go get up, go get a condom, put it on. After you wear your condom, after you guys have sex, don't just lay there. Get up, go wash your ass, wash your dick. And then if you want to go back and sit down, cool. But that should be your steps. I'll get right back to it. Here's my condom. I got to put this on. Afterwards, go wash your dick. And then come back and chill in a bit. That's my number one thing that I tell him. The next thing I tell him is do not move in with a girl. You guys move in together, right? Don't let a girl, I don't suggest that you let a girl move in with you either. But I suggest you definitely don't move in with a girl, ever. You guys move in together. It is a together space. Y'all figure it out. Y'all both put your name on the lease. That way she can't be late. They ain't gonna get out, get your shit. You can't put me out. We gonna figure this out whenever the lease is up, we'll go our separate ways. We can walk through this house not speaking to each other, but you ain't putting me out and I can't put you out. Because that's one of my 2 rules with Taylor. Like, no, you do not move in. Now it's her house, her rules, her situation. She's running around telling you, oh, this. She irritated because you ain't done this and blah, blah, blah. Now y'all move in together. Y'all get irritated together. Y'all figure that out together and then go for there. I got one more question before we wrap this up. And don't say, I don't know.
You had a third one, though.
I had a third one, but I don't know if I want to tell you the third one.
Another podcast. Okay.
Another podcast. Okay. No, I don't even know if I want to tell the third one. That's just for me and Tay. But tell me your worst date experience. Give me your worst date experience. Do you have a worst date that you've ever been on?
Not really. I think like just the worst was when we showed up to eat and he wasn't hungry and wanted to watch me eat. I didn't like that.
What do you mean?
We went to go eat and
Okay, you haven't dated him before.
No, first date.
Our first date?
Yes.
Okay. How did you meet this guy?
Online.
Met him online?
Yeah.
Bumble, Hinge?
I don't know at the
You
time.
remember.
This is so long ago. I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, and then he just wanted to watch me eat. I didn't like that.
Okay, so I gotta get into this because you tell horrible stories. So listen, you go, right? You go in, right? You're like, you meet him online. Did he look like his pictures?
Yeah, I think so.
Think so? You guys decide that you're gonna go somewhere to eat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get there. How's the conversation to I'm not gonna eat?
He just said like you could order, but I'm not gonna get anything. It's like, what?
And you said,
why are we here?
Right. And he was like, how did he get to the point where you say he just wanted to watch you eat?
I mean, I just said, you just gonna sit here and watch me eat then? Because I'm about to eat.
Right. And listen, you're not fat either. I don't want, because you're not on camera, so people don't know what you look like. But you're not a fat girl, so you're like, but you can eat. You eat.
Yeah.
Especially if you're hungry. Like, I'm not about to. You ain't one of these salad eating bitches, right? You eat.
I like to eat.
Yeah, okay, right. Your favorite food?
Probably Thai food.
Thai food. Okay. So then he sits there. Are you immediately turned off?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So how's the conversation going?
You know, it ended pretty quickly.
It ended pretty quickly.
I ate my meal and then we left. Bye.
Bye. You're out. Okay, bye. That's what you did.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right. You did that and then you were out.
Yeah. What's your worst dating experience?
My worst dating experience, I was also online, right? Bumble, to be exact. I go, the girl looks good on her pictures, right? I go to a bar that I normally frequent, and she's late. Now, that's my number one pet peeve is lateness. If you're going to be, it's LA. I understand LA is there's situations with traffic, but no, you got to at least be conscious and go, hey, you know, the traffic is changing. I'm going to be 10 minutes late. Or it changed, I'm going to be, and then, I'm looking for park. You got to communicate. This girl shows up 45 minutes late, right? So before she's coming, I'm like, the bartender's like, man, where's your date, man? I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I'm like, look, but I'm here already. This is my regular bar that I'm going to. I'm just going to sit here and drink. Well, I'm like, if she comes in, right? And I'm not even caring, but if she comes in, I'll deal with it. If she looks like her pictures. If she doesn't look like her pictures, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm telling her I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to leave. I'll come back and pay you later, right? But this is what it is. If I say I'm going to the bathroom when she gets here, no, I'm leaving. You can either meet me in the bathroom, I'll pay my tab, or I'll come back later and pay my tab. He says, bet. The girl comes in. Now listen, every guy knows this. There are some girls, she doesn't look like her pictures, and she's kind of chubby fat, right? But there are some fat girls that you will fuck, right? So I was like, okay, she doesn't look like her pictures, and she's a little bit more chubby, but she's not the chubbiness that I wouldn't fuck, right? So I'm going to go, okay, why are you 45 minutes late, right? So we get in there, 45 minutes late. She sits down and orders a Long Island iced tea. Bam. She drinks that shit like it's Kool-Aid. Asks for another one. Bam. She gets 4 in 8 minutes. 4 Long Islands, 45 minutes late. I go, I'll be right back. I got to go to the bathroom. Now, I would have stayed and tried and, let the day go. Before I was out, I left, right? Gone. She's gone. She's sitting there. She actually sat there for 45 minutes, not knowing I was gone. The bartender goes, hey, what happened to your date? I don't think he's coming back. And she's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, he's been gone 45 minutes, girl. I think you need to go have to pay for your drinks and whatever, right? So she texts me And she's like, oh, that's fucked up. You left me, blah, 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 going on me. And I'm like, man, you're 45 minutes late, not looking like your pictures. And you have 4 lungs iced tea. I'm out, man. I'm out, right? I take her off Bumble because I had to get her, unfriend her on Bumble because they will go to Bumble and complain and then they'll block your profile and all that. So I unfriended her before she could say anything, right? A year later, this is a true story. A year later, I matched with this same girl. I do not remember this girl, but the girl is bad in the way her pictures are, right? So she matches with me and she goes, hey, I'm like, hey, she's like, do you remember me? I'm like, no. And she's like, we went out before. And I'm going, oh, well, what happened? And she's like, yeah, you left me at the bar. Well, I'm like, oh, yeah, you're the 4 Long Island's girl. I've told every single date that I've gone out with since then about you. You're famous in the dating world. And she's like, what? And she's like, yo, I just want to let you know that was fucked up that you did it. And I said, did you match me just to tell me that? And she was like, absolutely. And I just unfriended her. So she didn't have it. And that's the end of our show. Listen, I appreciate you guys. Was that a good?
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it really happened. I appreciate you guys tuning in every week. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to my channel, Ocean Live TV. Please tell a friend about the podcast. Victoria, this is your second time on it. I appreciate you coming down and making time to be on this podcast. Again, me and Dion Cole, we are at the Wintrust Arena Saturday, September 14th. We're almost sold out. I need you guys to get your tickets. Chicago, I need you to tell everybody in Chicago that we're coming to the Wintrust Arena. This is an arena show. I need everybody in the building in Chicago. If you're from Chicago, Sharpsburg, whatever, you're from Illinois, come down. You're from Philly, come down. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good time. Me and Dion are going to tear it out. His special comes out September the 14th on Netflix. And then after that, we're going to do the Wintrust Arena. I need everybody to get their tickets. Go to DionCole.com. I need everybody to subscribe to this podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. You guys have a great week.